Activities marking International Women's Day and Women's Month have continued in Abuja with the unveiling of the Cost of Justice Anthology, a literary and advocacy project spotlighting the barriers women face in accessing justice. This initiative, developed by the South Saharan Social Development Organization in partnership with the UN Women and supported by the Ford Foundation, brought together key stakeholders to reflect on the urgent need to strengthen justice systems for women and girls. The event, held at the United Nations House, attracted high-level dignitaries, including representatives of the Ministers for Women Affairs and Justice, as well as diplomats and development partners.
So far, we have gotten about 30-something convictions under the Violence Against Persons Act, apart from the trafficking cases that we are also handling. And I want every one of us to bear it in mind that we are victim-centered. Some call it survivor, whatever name you call them, they are to be protected.
Presently have a toll-free line, a short code, 6472, that once you have a telephone, anywhere you are at the grassroots level, you can reach out to the commission, you can call that number, and the person will be attended to.
Speakers at the event urged governments and institutions to move beyond rhetorics and take concrete action to make justice systems more accessible, inclusive, and responsive.
The cost of justice and women's voice of resilience in Nigeria. And it's not only the voices of the women, but even as a collective, we must make sure that we give a voice to this issue.
The next steps are what we're beginning to strategize. The cost of justice, beyond that single incident, is what now becomes our collective call. Give to gain what? To gain a judgment.
We launched the Cost of Justice Anthology, written works with accompanying works of art, depicting GBV stories in Nigeria. So today was the official launch within the UN building, and the stories we covered can be grouped under three key themes. One was the cost of justice, what women face when they seek justice for themselves. The second is the trapped in silence. That's the stigma that accompanies women when they keep silent or try to protect themselves. And the last one was gatekeepers, as people or institutions that stand between women and justice. And it could range from individuals, families, and even leaders of faith and culture.
For me, the conversation around gender-based violence it's like the conversation around an illegitimate child. Many people feel awkward to talk about it, but SSDO has found an ingenious way of bringing the conversation to the fore, where art imitates life. And through art, we're having the conversations around gender-based violence. I think this is one of the conversations that not just government, civil society, but everybody needs to wake up and take note and begin to have this conversation.
Action actually means a lot. It could mean that there's complacency about the issue. And when it comes to gender-based violence, no community, no person should be inactive. And no one should stand by without doing anything, because silence could actually mean consent. And the cost of silence is grave, because we're losing women every minute to gender-based violence.
The launch also featured a curated art exhibition, transforming selected stories into visual expression of resilience, survival, and the pursuit of justice. Chidera Isdoi, AIT News, Abuja.